Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. It is White Rice Wednesday, which means time for my Survivor recap. So tonight was a really epic episode. The episode basically starts off with Mana coming back from tribal council last week, and they thank Ty for voting off Caleb, even though that was very hard for him to do because them two were friends. And Brad Culpepper said that actions speak louder than words, so they can trust Ty now. So if the reward challenge, they're playing for coffee, which is, I guess, is a good reward on Survivor. The first team who wins gets coffee and coffee supplies, and the second one gets a big container of iced coffee, which I'd go for the iced coffee. But the reward challenge was basically all males. I believe on the Tavua tribe it was Ozzy and Troyzan. On the Mana tribe, I think it was Malcolm and Ty. And then on the Nuku tribe, I believe it was... Oh no, Malcolm and Ty aren't on the same tribe. It was Ty and Culpepper on Mana. And then on Nuku, it was JT and Malcolm. And basically what they had to do is they had to hold this ball on top of this, I guess I'll call it a peg, and he had to walk across this bounce beam, and then each station they had to add another peg on, making it harder for the ball to stay on. And once they got across to the I believe it was the third station, they got to unlock to release these bags, and the second person got to throw the bags to knock the 9 of the markers over. But there was only 2 people that competed in this challenge, so that was a lot of pressure for them. Nuku and Tavua had a big lead going on, and Nuku was the first tribe to win reward, but Ty on the Mana tribe was really struggling to get through the bounce beam, but he eventually got through, and Mana actually made a comeback, and Brad Culpepper got all of them down, so Mana actually ended up coming in second, and they got the iced coffee, and Nuku got the coffee supplies, and Troyzan was the one throwing the balls for Tavua, but he was awful in the last 2. He had 2 left for a while, and he just couldn't get there. But when they got back to camp, Ozzy took that as a victory, because then he could show people that he's still useful to be there, because he'd get fish like that. When they go to tribal council, they advertised last, there was this big twist that apparently 2 tribes will be going to tribal council. So that makes the game very interesting. So it was a blindfolded challenge. So of course, there was one caller, and Siri was the caller for Tavua, and Varner was the caller for Nuku, and for Mana it was Culpepper, and Mana was struggling because they couldn't really hear Culpepper, and Nuku was sending out all their tribe members at once when Tavua was sending out only 2 at a time, because they were together by the ankle, so they had to go together, and they had to solve this this kind of complicated puzzle maze with this ball. They had to move the table around, and again, Nuku was in a very, very big lead, and it ended up actually being Tavua who won the challenge, and Varner was actually in tears when he lost. So not only did 2 tribes go to council, but they're only going to vote 1 person off, because I originally thought 2 tribes, 2 people get voted off. So before the challenge began, Malcolm and JT, kind of have sidelines going on. They're thinking, they should vote off Sandra because she's a big threat, her winning twice and all. But when they get back to camp, they want to want to vote off Culpepper on the other tribe. I believe that's who they were gunning for. But the thing is, each tribe has a wild card. JT was an original Nuku, and Haley was an original Mana. So they're definitely wild cards. And Malcolm and JT also have a side conversation saying that they should definitely get Sandra off when they can. And they're discussing like what if they have idols over there. And on the Mana tribe, Haley is like I said, the wild card, but Haley's like, oh, well, they had me on the outs, and now they all want me on their tribe. Well, of course you're on the outs. That's where the tribe swap put you. Obviously, you're on the outs because you're the only original Mana over. You're the only original Mana over on the new Mana tribe. I mean, you're on the outs regardless. But if you want to prove your loyalty to the tribe, then you would vote with them. So they're wondering who they should get out over there, and they're thinking Sandra would definitely be a good target. I believe also Malcolm's name came up, but then there were also word where JT would go, but Culpepper said that JT would probably go with Sandra. So Ty actually goes to look for an idol, and he actually does find an idol. So I was wondering how he was going to use the idol, and he tells Debbie and Sierra about his idol, and he's going to use it for the tribe tonight so they can get who they want off. And let me just tell you, the tribal council was like one of the best I've ever seen, because they were basically going back and forth. Jeff clearly mentioned, JT and Haley will be like the wild cards, and Haley says that her tribe's not making a case for her to vote with them, and JT is, well, I think it was Haley that said that they need to get off Haley and Sierra said they need to get off the physical threats now, and I made Sandra a little bit scared because, well, not scared, but thinking that she might go home. She's like, I'm not going home, Jeff. Like, she's a bit cocky, I think, in my opinion. So JT actually got up over to Culpepper, because JT was on the other side and Brad was on the other corner, and he said they're going with Sierra. And Haley then walked over and was talking to Sandra and actually said to go for Culpepper. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you really selling your team out there? So then everybody gets up and they're having all these conversations and everything. And they're saying, you hear Sandra's name, then you hear Malcolm's name, then you hear Culpepper's name. It was epic. Debbie made a point saying that she's concerned about Haley and JT, like where they're gonna go, and rightfully so. I mean, you don't know which one of them's gonna flip or if they're gonna flip. And I definitely think they're getting to a crucial point in the game, because the merge will be coming up soon, and they definitely want to get the threats out when they can. So they start the whole voting thing, and Haley, I think she was a bit bitchy. She was like, are you sure you want to start the voting? Because you guys might regret it. So Ty actually does decide to play his idol, and he plays it for Sierra. And I'm thinking, why is he playing it for Sierra? Because I just thought they were going with Culpepper. Turns out he actually played his idol right, because had he not played his idol, Sierra would have went home. And I'm wondering, oh, are they going for Sandra then? And sure enough, it ends up being Malcolm that gets sent home, and I could not be more happier. I could not stand Malcolm the 2 seasons he was on. He was always a challenge beast, always a huge social threat. I mean, clearly you saw in the reward challenge, he threw the bags and got every one of them down. I mean, I think Malcolm would have been a huge threat going forward, and I think it would have been very difficult to vote him off, because he would win all these challenges. And I always thought that Malcolm was very full of himself, and he was like kind of teary-eyed at the end when he got voted off, saying this was shortcoming. I'm like, I don't feel sorry for him at all. I mean, I definitely think they Mana came together and they voted right. But next week they're pretty pissed. Nuku's pretty pissed at JT for selling them out, and I originally thought, why are they pissed about him? But then I put two and two together, and they're pissed that JT revealed to Brad that they're going to vote Sierra. That's what I'm assuming they're on about. And apparently Debbie gets really pissed at Brad for some reason. I don't know if it's how the voting went or something personal happened at camp. I'm not sure. I'm very curious to see what happens, because that might be a threat to Debbie's game, and Debbie is one of my picks to win. I definitely hope she goes far, so I'm hoping whatever happens doesn't mess up her game at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed the intense Survivor episode and that epic tribal council tonight. If you guys want to check out Survivor, it is on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on CBS. I hope you guys enjoyed my Survivor recap, and until next time, stay regal.